Namaste. Welcome to your grounded yoga practice for your low back. So I am in my second trimester pregnant right now, and this is a request that comes up a lot during pregnancy. So it is a practice that's safe during pregnancy for your low back. And I also get this request in my corporate and private sessions a lot as well. So even if you're not pregnant, this practice will be really great for your low back. We're going to do a lot of stretching and grounded practice to help relieve anything that's going on back there for you. I always like to start practice by just misting myself in the space for some good positive energy. If you want to put on some music or do any of your own aromatherapy or saging or Palo Santo, go for it. If not, let's just get into that practice now. Alright, so if you have blocks, go ahead and use them. Otherwise, this can be done without any props at all, and that's totally fine. We're going to start in a comfortable seated position. So you can have your legs crossed if that feels good to you. You can sit on a prop or a cushion. And we're just going to take 3 deep mindful breaths. You're going to send your breath right down into the base of your belly. Close down your eyes if you'd like. Fill up that space as you breathe in. Empty out your breath fully on the breath out. Good. I want you to do a couple more of those deep mindful breaths, and then also become mindful of your spine. So on the breath in, you imagine the energy traveling up your spine. And on the breath out, it travels down your spine. Feel yourself rooting into your sit bones and growing out of the top of your head. Beautiful. If you have your eyes closed, open them up, sweep your arms around and up. Big stretch up. We're going to take it over into a side body stretch. So leaning over to one side, you let one hand fall to the ground. Square your shoulders towards the wall in front of you. So you might need to roll that bottom shoulder underneath your top shoulder. And then opposite sit bone is really sinking down into your mat. So you should feel both sit bones heavy into your mat. And take a couple more nice deep breaths here. Beautiful. Reach on back up again. Big stretch up. Now you're going to fold yourself forward, so reach your fingertips forward. You can tent up on your fingertips, or you could use blocks underneath your hands to create a little bit more space if you need it. Whatever is the most comfortable to you. So now you're thinking about sinking your sit bones down into your yoga mat and back in space. Release your head down, soften the shoulders, and soften your jaw muscle too. Give yourself some nice deep mindful breaths here. Amazing. Now you're going to walk your hands or your blocks all the way over to your right knee. Make sure you're sinking the left sit bone down. Release your head down. Alright, now bring it over to the other side. So walk your blocks or your hands all the way over to the left. Sink your right sit bone down. Release your head. Soften your shoulders. Gently bring your hands back through to center. And up onto your legs. Lift yourself up. Good job. Switch the crossing your legs. Opposite leg in front. Sweep your arms around and up, big stretch up. And we take the side body stretch over to the other side. So opposite direction than you did last time. Square your shoulders in front of you. Stack the shoulders. Sink that opposite sit bone down into your mat. Nice deep breaths into the side of your body. Lengthening on your breaths. Come right back up again, big stretch up. And now we fold forward again. So again, you can use your blocks, you can come down onto your hands. Relax the shoulders, sink your sit bones down and back in space. Release your head. And I want you to think about directing your breath into your low back. So you imagine filling that space up as you breathe in. And letting go of any tension as you breathe out. Good. Walk your hands or blocks all the way over to the left. So you're along the diagonal. Sink right sit bone down, release your head. Still directing your breath right into your low back. Imagine any stress that you hold there dissolving out as you breathe out. And gently bring yourself all the way over to the other side. Soften into it, sink your sit bones down. And once again, visualize directing your breath right into your low back. And as you breathe out, you're releasing anything from that area that's trapped or stuck in there that doesn't belong there anymore. Beautiful. Bring yourself back to center. Lift yourself up. Do a few shoulder rolls. Amazing. Now you're going to bring soles of your feet together, knees out wide. If this is a little intense to start with, slide your heels forward so you're creating a larger diamond shape with your legs. You also have the option, if you are using blocks, to tuck them right underneath your thighs or your knees to give you a bit of support here. Now from here, we're going to start with a few seated cat-cows. So you bring hands either to fronts of your shins, ankles, or knees, wherever is most comfortable for you to sit upright. As you breathe in, you pull your heart forward, roll shoulders back and down. Maybe bring your gaze up, opening up the throat. You breathe in. On the breath out, round your spine. Feel the pelvis roll underneath you. Soften the shoulders. Relax all the way down the back of your neck. And the breath in brings you back forward and up. Breath out. Feel that stretch go all the way down your spine, rounding your spine. Breath in pulls you forward. Nice. Finish off that set that you're on. And then we start to take it into circles. So as you pull your heart forward, you bring yourself around to one side, the back, and all the way back around. So these are called our Sufi grinds. They're really good for your low back and your hips. If you are pregnant, it's great for pregnancy as well. Any circular movements are so good for baby and for you. Beautiful. Change direction of your circles. Starting to move the opposite way, and you feel yourself circling around into the hips, into your ribs. You can roll out your head as well. Making this nice fluid movement. It's a very empowering movement as well. In Kundalini Yoga, use that spiraling motion to bring the Kundalini energy up your spine. Amazing. Bring yourself around to center. If you're using blocks, take them out. Close the knees like you're closing a book. And just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Beautiful. Stop at center. Straighten one leg out to the side, opposite foot to the inside of your thigh. Sweep your arms around and up, big stretch up, and side body stretch, sliding your hand down your leg, you reach up and over. So again, we're stacking the shoulders and we're sinking this opposite sit bone down into the mat. Good. Now you're going to take this top hand, place it behind your head. As you breathe in, rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let your elbow fall in. Rotate down towards your knee. So the inhale, the breath in, rotates you upward, opens you up. Breath out takes you down towards your leg. Let's do 3 more of those together. Flowing with your breath at a pace that feels good for you. 2 more. Last one. Now, as you turn towards your knee, you're going to drop your hand down, hands on either side of your leg or resting on your leg anywhere that's most comfortable to you. You're still focusing on heavying that back sit bone down into your mat, and you're folding from your hips. Soften the shoulders, soften the back of your neck. Breathe into it. And as you breathe, you're going to think about directing the breath into that lower back corner. So you might be feeling a good stretch in there. The breath in, you feel yourself inflating that area, opening it up with good positive energy. On the breath out, you release anything being held in that area, any tension, stuck, stagnant energy. Release it out of your body as you breathe out. Wonderful. Come on back up again. Open your leg up to the side. Opposite leg to the inside of your thigh. We'll do that all on the other side. Reach up, big stretch up. Slide your hand down your leg. Reach up and over into that side body stretch. Growing nice and long to the side of your body, heavying those sit bones down into your mat. Top hand behind your head. We start our movements with our breath. Breathe in, rotate upward. Breathe out, let that elbow fall. Turn towards your knee. Opening like a flower blooming on the breath in. And closing inward as you breathe out. 3 more. Flow with your breath. On that last one, you're going to turn towards your knee, let your hand drop down. Hands are grounded, either on the floor or on your leg, wherever you can comfortably fold from the hips into this stretch. Relax shoulders down your back, relax the back of your neck. And once again, we think about sending the breath into that lower back corner of your back. It opens and fills up as you breathe in, and it releases as you breathe out. Slowly rise up. Good, and gently make your way onto your hands and knees for your tabletop position. Stacking your joints. Spread your fingers out wide, create a really nice solid base for yourself. And we're gonna go through some hip circles here. So bring your hips all the way over to the right, around to the back, left, and all the way around and through. So it's like you're trying to draw nice big circles with the tailbone. Or you could think about stirring in a large mixing bowl behind you. All right, change direction of those circles, start to go the opposite way. And slowly bring yourself back to center. Extend your right leg long behind you and then lift from your inner thigh. So watch that you haven't arched your low back when you did that or dropped your belly at all. You think about lifting up and in, almost like you're trying to push your low back up into something. Lift from the inner thigh. So core stays on. Take a nice deep breath here. Bend your knee and draw some circles with your knee. Now these circles can be as big or as small as you'd like. You're thinking about rotating the leg bone all the way around in the hip socket. Let's change direction of circles. So you want your hips to stay level. You haven't rotated open. Both hip points are still facing down. Okay, good. Stretch your leg long behind you once again. Open your leg all the way out to the side, set your foot down. Here you can keep your hands on your mat, or you could grab blocks for your hands, or even bring yourself down to forearms, whatever feels the best to you. You start to rock your hips back and forward. So I've got the sole of my foot grounded down onto the floor as I rock my hips back and forward. Good, just do one more. And come back through to center. And I'm just gonna turn so that you can see. I'm gonna take my left hand, bring it next to my left hip, sweep this right arm around, up and over for another side body stretch. I'm pushing into my right sole of my foot, even the outer edge of my foot. I'm pushing it down into my mat. Lift up from your top ribs. Take a deep breath here. Rise all the way up. Slide your right hand down your right leg. Reach the left arm up and over. Gate pose. Rise up through center. Open those arms out wide. Turn your right toes towards the right side of the room. Bend your knee. You're in an earthbound warrior 2 pose now. Roll the shoulders back and down. Extend through your fingertips and just glide the hips from side to side. Good. Stop at center. Place right forearm down onto your right thigh. Left arm reaches up and over. Rise back up through center. Straighten the right leg. Turn the toes forward. Bring your hands back down. Beautiful. So now We've got the right leg still out to the side. You're going to step your right foot forward. So if you are pregnant, you're just going to step your foot to the outside of your hand so you can still create space for belly. If not, you place your foot on the inside of your hand. So wherever you are here, you're going to make sure that you can keep your front knee stacked over top of your ankle. So you might need to just slide that back knee back a little bit. We're going to pull the hips forward and down. So now watch that the knee doesn't go past the ankle here. It stays stacked. Pull the hips forward and down. Pull your heart forward on the breath in. Straighten your front leg, half splits, glide the hips back on the breath out. And we'll flow through this movement. Breathe in, pull yourself forward. Breathe out to glide back. 3 more, just like that. This last one, you're going to hold the half split so you can walk your hands underneath your shoulders if that's more comfortable to you. And you want to think about squaring your hips to the top of your mat. So glide right hip back in space, left hip forward, or think about squeezing the inner thighs in towards one another. Soften the shoulders, soften back of your neck and your jaw. And take some nice deep breaths here. Gently re-bend your front knee. Walk those blocks back forward if you had them underneath your shoulders or hands back forward. And then you're going to slide right foot back to meet the left and gently sway your hips from side to side a few times. Beautiful. So setting those blocks to the side if you were using them. Back to your tabletop position. Take a deep breath, recenter, reground yourself. And then you slide left leg long behind you. Engage the lower abdominal muscles. Feel like you're pushing your low back up into something. Lift from the inner thigh to lift that leg up. So one line from the hip to your heel, both hips pointing down. Take a deep breath here. And now bend your knee and create some circles with your knee. So another way to visualize this is like you've got a glass of water on top of your hips and you don't want it to fall off. So again, just stirring leg bone around in the hip socket. Change direction of your circles. Good. Extend that leg long behind you again. Open it out to the left. Place your foot down. And then your choice if you use the blocks or keep your hands on your mat. You start to glide your hips back and up. Breathing out as you glide back. Breathing in as you glide forward. Again, I'll turn towards you so that you can see. You're going to glide yourself forward and then you're going to take your right hand, place it next to your right hip, sweep that left arm around, up and over, push into the outer edge of your back foot, stack the shoulders, lift from your top ribs, nice deep breaths here. Good. Rise up. Slide left hand down your left leg. Reach up and over with your right arm. Gate pose. Up through center. Open the arms out wide. Roll shoulders back and down. Extend through your fingertips. Turn left toes towards left side of the room. Bend your knee. You're in this earthbound warrior 2 once again. And just glide the hips from side to side. Amazing. Find your center, left forearm to your left thigh, reach the right arm up and over. You're in this earthbound side angle pose. Deep breaths. Beautiful. Rise up, reach your arms up, straighten your leg, turn the toes back forward, hands come back down. And again, I'll turn so you can see. You're just gonna slide that left foot either outside your left hand if baby is in the way and you don't wanna squish them, or if you're not pregnant and it's comfortable for you to do so, you place it right in between your hands or your blocks. Set up that correct placement for your hips as well. So making sure that your knee stacks over top of your ankle. You can slide that back knee back a little bit more. And then you pull the hips forward and down, pull your heart forward as you breathe in. Glide back, straighten your front leg, half splits on the breath out. Flow with your breath, flow at a pace that feels good to you. Being really mindful of how your body feels as you go through the movements. You're not just going through the motions, but you're actually noticing how it feels along the way to the pose and into the pose. Let's do one more. And then this time as you find your half splits, you're going to hold it. So again, both hip points face forward. Think about squeezing those inner thighs towards one another. You can always walk your hands or blocks underneath your shoulders if that feels better. Relax shoulders down your back. Relax the back of your neck and your jaw. Nice deep breaths here. Beautiful. Start to rebend your front knee. Walk your hands or your blocks back forward. Slide your left leg around and back. Gentle sway to your hips, side to side. And then slowly bring yourself to seated. Great work. So once you're seated, straighten your legs out in front of you. Cross your right ankle over top of your left thigh. Hands behind you. You're going to slide the left heel in towards you. So we're in a seated figure 4 pose now. And you're just going to gently rock the legs from side to side. And notice how that feels. Good job. And then we're going to hold it at center. I'm going to turn again, once again for you to see. So you can stay here if this feels good to you, or you might want to walk your hands in a little bit more, bringing your chest towards your legs. Close your eyes, go inward, and again, take some nice, deep, full belly breaths, sending your inhale right down into the base of your belly, and emptying out fully as you breathe out. Give yourself one more deep, nourishing breath. Slide your bottom leg forward, uncross the legs, and just give your legs a little wiggle here. Maybe rotate your ankles a few times. And we'll do it to the other side. So left ankle over top of your right thigh. Slide your heel in so you're finding your seated figure 4. You just gently rock from side to side. They might feel slightly different on this side. That's totally normal for our hips to feel a little bit different. Good, and then find your center and we will hold. So either holding where you are or walk your hands in, bring your chest forward, close down your eyes, take some nice deep mindful breaths. One more deep, full breath here. And as you're ready to, you slide bottom leg forward, uncross the legs, give them a little wiggle if they need it, or circle out your ankles if they need it. Bring yourself back into a comfortable seated position. Good. And just take a moment here, honoring yourself, honoring your body, everything it's doing for you. Take a deep breath. Sweep your arms around and up, gathering up all the gratitude, love, and light, and then bringing it into your heart, bowing your head. Take another deep breath here. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you did, please give it a little thumbs up or leave a comment for me. I'd love to see how you feel afterwards, and I will definitely respond if you comment. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for practicing with me. Bye.